Once upon a time in the whimsical land of Faville, there lived a clever but arrogant mouse named Millie. Millie had a reputation for being quite knowledgeable about household cares. She enjoyed yapping about her expertise to anyone who would listen. However, there was a twist. Millie had agreed to marry Felix, a suave tabby cat who she thought was genuinely in love with her. The day of the wedding was bright and full of excitement. Balloons adorned the colorful forest canopy as creatures from all walks of the animal kingdom gathered. As Millie twirled in her dainty bridal dress, Felix purred charmingly, his eyes gleaming with mischief. After the ceremony, Felix and Millie retired to their new home. Felix, disguising his true intentions, suggested they have a meal to celebrate their married life. "Let's go quickly to the house, I am famished," Felix said with a suave grin. "Do you know how to cook this cat some delicious delights?" Feeling proud as a peacock, Millie bobbed her head with glee. "Of course, you're in for a feast fit for a king." Arriving at the cozy nook they called home, Millie busied herself in the kitchen. She was determined to impress her husband with a sumptuous meal. She danced around with ingredients, eventually concocting a marvelous vegetable soup. "Look at the delightful vegetable soup I've prepared," Millie announced proudly, her eyes sparkling. Felix scrutinized the steaming bowl before him, his whiskers twitching at the sight of mere vegetables. "Vegetable soup?" he sneered. "I much prefer meat." With that, Felix's true nature came to light. He began to chase poor Millie around the house, hunger driving his paws faster by the second. "You've fallen into a trap, you boastful mouse," hissed Felix, his claws now reaching for Millie, who screamed for help. "I didn't want a wife. I wanted supper." At last, when Millie found herself ensnared between Felix's sharp claws, she pondered regretfully, acknowledging her weakness. "All of this happened to me because of my arrogance." Though her heart was sinking, Millie cunningly continued to converse, hoping to find a chance to escape. Felix, momentarily distracted by his praise words, allowed her a split-second opportunity. Taking a sharp dive, Millie scurried to the window. Fortunate for her, she slipped through the tiny crack, narrowly escaping Felix's grasp. Breathless yet relieved, she glanced back, her lesson well learned. She realized her arrogance had almost been her downfall, but also understood she'd need other traits to survive life's adventures. From that day onward, Millie became the wiser mouse of Faville, no longer flaunting her skills, but instead being the kind and humble friend to all, who always anchored good where she traveled. Though her story circulated like a whispering wind through Faville, none other than Felix realized what they lost, a partner who truly cared, not just a pretentious meal.